Well, hello, Sacramento investors. Ron Benning here with your Sacramento Duplex market update for May of 2026. In this video, we're going to take a look at what happened in April's duplex market in Sacramento, what the current break-even GRM is for a Sacramento duplex, and what all this means for pricing, interest rates, and investor opportunities over the next few months. So make sure you watch to the end so you'll understand exactly where the market stands. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe now so that you don't miss an important update. April 2026 was a seller's market for duplexes in the Sacramento area. Inventory based on closed sales came in at 1.7 months, which puts us well below the 3-month threshold for a seller's market. That's down 31.5% from last year and down 36.5% from last month's 3.4-month supply. We went from a neutral to a full seller's market in just 30 days, and that's a significant shift, particularly with where the interest rates are right now. Next, let's look at closed activity. Closed sales came in at 44 duplexes, up 18.9% from last year, and up a massive 63% from last month. Now, pending sales and under contract properties continue to show strength this month, even with the interest rates pushing up to almost 7% for investor loans. The market kept moving with 38 pendings, up 2.7% from last month and up 26.7% from last year. That's continued buyer momentum, and it tells us that demand hasn't slowed down despite the rate environment. The average sold price in April was $581,000. That's down 7.6% from last year and down 8.2% from last month. Now, before you get concerned, the 6-month trend shows both the average list and medium sold prices are still on a neutral trend, not depreciating. What likely happened here is the mix of properties that sold this month skewed towards lower priced duplexes, which pulled the averages down. The expectation gap that I often talk about between list price and sale prices is still there, but sellers are holding firm. The average for sale price now is $669,000. The sold to original list price ratio actually came up to 98% this month, up 1% from last month and the same as last year. The days on the market did increase this month, coming in at 34 days. That's up 30.8% from last month's 20 days and up 41.7% from last year. Now, that sounds dramatic as a percentage, but 34 days is still a healthy pace. Properties priced right are still moving, but compared to last month's 20-day average, buyers are taking a little bit more time, likely due to the rate environment. List price versus sold price. Buyers' bargaining power. The sold to original list price ratio came in at 98% this month, up 1% from last month, and it's steady compared to last year. That's a step up from last month's 97%. Buyers are not getting big discounts. In fact, the negotiating window has gotten even tighter compared to where we were in March. Sellers are getting very close to the asking price in most cases. Interest rates are currently around 6.99%. That's another tick up from last month's 6.75%. And here's why that matters for investors. When rates are knocking on the door of 7%, it directly impacts your monthly cash flow and your break-even GRM. Even a 0.25% move at this level can be a difference between a property that cash flows on day one and one that doesn't. We've gone from 6.4% a couple of months ago to nearly 7% today. That's a meaningful move in a short window of time. How do those interest rates affect the break-even GRM? With 25% down, the current break-even GRM for a Sacramento duplex is approximately 11.84. That means duplexes need to be priced efficiently relative to rents to cash flow in today's rates. Rent levels and value add upside matter more than ever right now, with rates at nearly 7%. The margin of error is thin, but deals are still out there that make sense. You just have to be disciplined, and you need to be watching that GRM report, and when they come out with a good GRM, you got to pounce. So what's going to happen over the next 30 to 45 days in the duplex market? We've now officially crossed into a seller's market with just 1.7 months of inventory. The supply side is getting squeezed. If inventory stays this tight and rates stabilize or come down, we could see prices firm up again after this month's dip. But if rates continue to climb past 7%, that could cool demand substantially and lead to a higher inventory over time. For buyers, act with urgency if a good deal presents itself, but stay disciplined. The days of negotiating big discounts off the list price are behind us, at least for now. Sellers are getting 98% on average of their asking price. And nobody's buying properties with a huge initial cash flow right now in the Sacramento duplex market. Focus on GRM discipline and look for properties with value add rent upside. Our rental opportunity report can help you do that. And if you can lock in financing now, even at these rates, you're positioning yourself ahead of the competition if rates come down later. You can always refinance. For potential sellers, the market has shifted in your favor, at least in the short run. We went from a neutral to a seller's market with properties selling in 34 days and buyers paying on average 98% of your original list price. If you're realistically priced from day one, you can sell with strong terms. The spring market is in full swing and the buyer demand is there. If you've been thinking about selling, this is the window to take advantage of. See down below in the description or the QR code on the screen to get a rent update or an update on your property's value. Final thoughts. We now have a seller's market with just 1.7 months of inventory. Strong pending activity, up 26.7% year over year, and sellers are getting 98% of original asking price. Prices did dip this month, but the 6-month trend is neutral, not falling. This is a market that has shifted firmly towards sellers. Buyers still have a window, but with inventory this tight, that window is narrowing. If you're not already receiving my weekly GRM report, scan the QR codes on the screen or check the links below. And whether you're planning to buy or sell in the next 7 days or 7 months, give me a call or a text. I'd be happy to help you plan a smooth and profitable real estate transaction.